I don't believe in virginity. So
I don't either.
that's the first step, right? And when I say that, people are just like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
I also don't believe in sin. So but I have these kind of revolutionary ways of thinking about things because I have to live free. And
Yeah.
in order to live free and freely, you have to reject a lot of these kind of ideas and these notions that have been so pervasive for so long, but that have kept us locked into so many of these jails, really, these
Yeah.
prisons, really. So like I don't believe in virginity. So okay, so that really debunks anything that you could say to me about this virgin whore kind of thing. It doesn't exist. Okay, now what? Oh,
Yeah.
so now we need to talk about sex as not the first time having sex is not something you lose or something you gave up. It's just something you experiences, which changes the entire conversation. And
Right.
I think for women, again, like I said earlier, there's so much of this pressure to put on women to just be receptacles, to be receivers of sex and not active engage like participants and engage in that process.
Yeah.
And I think that when you like for example, I don't believe in the idea of hypersexuality. And this is somebody who works in the mental health field. Because I don't think that there's a baseline for sexuality, a sexual activity. And I think if anybody attempts to create one, it's going to have some kind of bias that'll probably skew towards cisgender, heterosexual, male, white, what have you.
Yeah.
And so, how do we get away from that?
Yeah.
So, you're telling me that because I enjoy having sex this amount of times, that I'm hypersexual? That doesn't even make sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how do we even
Right.
get there? So, when we use these as measuring sticks, as barometers for how we gauge a person's value, what we're really doing is saying that I'm going to be the most subjective piece of shit possible just to
Mm-hmm.
make other people feel bad so I feel good. And
Yeah.
that is what happens to women, particularly all the time. It doesn't happen to guys. There
Yeah.
is nothing that says if a guy has too many partners, something's wrong with him. I've yet to see anything that is stuck
Yep.
with that.
Yep.
But yet with women, it's all about, how many people have gone into, right? We assume that it's somebody going into you, right?
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Right.
But it almost makes women seem like cum dumpsters, and
Mm-hmm.
and people fear the swirling and mixtures of different cum because they want to preserve
Yeah.
their cum's uniqueness, and
Yeah.
it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
So we also still believe that women are supposed to be waiting to be chosen by men.
Yep.
That there's some perpetual like market
Mm-hmm.
where men are just kind of walking around sizing women up and saying, okay, you're worthy, you're worthy, you're worthy.
Yep.
And all of this is extremely heteronormative. All of this is cisnormative. All of this is, I don't know. I get, I guess, get so frustrated with this whole thing.
Yes.
Like it's,
I agree.
like, what do you say? How do you not respect somebody because they've had sex with people?
Right. Yeah.
Like, if we can't get past that, if we can't get past this idea that you are no less worthy of respect simply because you had sex, then we're going nowhere.